Welcome to Alien Files. I spent hours looking into stories like this, and this one really stood out. It didn't start with a signal. It started with silence. For exactly 17 seconds, every system on Earth went dark. No internet, no satellites, no communication, nothing. At first, people thought it was just a global failure, but I looked deeper into reports like this, and something didn't add up. Inside secure facilities, a hidden transmission was discovered. It wasn't loud, it wasn't clear, but it was repeating, again and again. After hours of analysis, scientists finally understood something strange. It wasn't a message, it was a map, coordinates, not to one place, but to many across the world. Deserts, oceans, mountains, cities. I checked multiple sources, and surprisingly, they all described the same pattern. Then, witnesses began reporting something unusual. Lights in the sky, not moving, not flashing. After digging deeper, I found multiple reports describing the same event. Just there. Some reports were removed later, which made this even more suspicious. Then the objects appeared. Massive shapes forming out of the clouds. Not flying in. Honestly, this part gave me chills. But revealing themselves, as if they had been hidden the entire time. Hovering silently, watching. Military forces responded immediately. Jets were launched toward the nearest object, but as they approached, every system failed. Engines shut down, screens went black, communication lost. The pilots barely made it back. At this point, I started to question everything. What could cause something like that? Then something even stranger happened. A low vibration spread across the Earth. Not a sound, but a feeling, like pressure in the air. The objects began to glow, soft at first, then brighter, stronger, until the entire sky looked unnatural. People everywhere stopped and stared. No one understood what was happening. Then the signal returned, but this time, it was clear, perfect, and in every language. Phase 1 complete. Honestly, this part gave me chills. The objects didn't move, they didn't attack, they simply began to fade, slowly disappearing into the sky. Within seconds, they were gone, as if they were never there. The world stood still, confused, terrified. Governments denied everything. Reports were removed, but I found enough to know something really happened. And one question still remains. If that was only phase 1, I don't know what to believe anymore. But this doesn't feel normal. Then what comes next? Subscribe. The silence didn't last long. I came across this case while researching strange signals, and I had to share it. Only a few hours after the objects disappeared, something changed. At first it was small, almost unnoticeable, power fluctuations. The more I looked into it, the stranger it became. Strange signals, devices turning on and off by themselves. I came across multiple reports describing the same thing, from completely different parts of the world. That's when it started to feel real, very real. Then the sky changed again. But this time, there were no objects, no lights, nothing visible, and yet, something was there. People began to feel it. A strange pressure in the air. Animals reacted first. There isn't much official information about this, but what we do know is unsettling. Dogs started barking at nothing. Birds disappeared. Entire areas went completely silent. Then, without warning, the ground began to shake, not like an earthquake. Different, controlled, pulsing, as if something beneath the surface was activating. Inside research centers, sensors detected energy spikes across the planet. Same locations, same coordinates from before. At this point, I wasn't sure what to believe anymore. Then the transmission returned. Not on screens, not through devices, but directly. People described hearing it. Inside their minds, clear, calm, cold. Phase 2 has begun. Honestly, I didn't expect it to happen like this. Across the world, the ground started to crack open in remote locations. From deep underground, light emerged. At this point, I started to question everything. The same blue light, but stronger, brighter, alive. Something was rising. Not ships this time. Structures, massive, alien in design, as if they had been buried beneath the earth for centuries. Waiting. I wasn't sure at first, but the evidence kept adding up. Watching, preparing. Governments tried to respond, but it was useless. No weapons worked, no systems functioned properly. Everything was being controlled, or overridden. People panicked. Cities fell into chaos. No one understood what was happening. And then the final message came. Not loud, not aggressive, but undeniable. We never left. I don't know what this means anymore, but if Phase 2 is already here, then maybe this was never an invasion. Maybe this was always their planet. Let me know your thoughts, because this story still doesn't make sense to me. Subscribe.